70 million years ago, a shadow moved across the forests and plains of ancient North America. Towering ferns and colossal conifers swayed under the weight of unseen dangers. Among them, a predator prowled, destined to become the most feared hunter the Earth had ever known. Its name, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Stretching 13 meters from snout to tail and weighing 6 tons, T-Rex ruled as the undisputed king of its world. But long before it earned this crown, it began life as a creature small, fragile, and all too vulnerable. Its earliest ancestors were no more than human-sized hunters, often forced to flee from much larger carnivores. Yet through countless generations, these tiny dinosaurs transformed into the largest, most formidable predators to ever walk the earth. How could such fragile creatures evolve into monsters capable of toppling forests with each step? The answer lies deep in time, hidden in bones and fossilized teeth, waiting to reveal a story of survival, cunning, and relentless evolution.
So if you're new on our channel, make sure to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for future updates and comment down your thoughts about this topic in the end. Now, let's move towards our topic.
Our journey begins in the Yungar Basin of China, 160 million years ago. This harsh, now desolate land was once a haven for life. Paleontologists discovered Guanlong, a dinosaur named for the small crest atop its head. At barely 3 meters long and weighing 75 kilograms, just a fraction of T-Rex's size, it might have seemed insignificant. Yet even in this diminutive form, traces of greatness were evident. Imagine a group of Guanlong siblings hunting together. One spots prey, lunges forward, and misses. Another hesitates at a rustle in the undergrowth. Every choice is a gamble with death. Yet through repeated close calls, their senses sharpened. Eyes capable of detecting the slightest movement, ears attuned to faint sounds, reflexes honed to lightning speed. Survival depended not on brute strength, but on intelligence and instinct. Life was far from easy. In North America, giants like Sayats, razor-toothed predators over 11 meters long, dominated the land. If a small tyrannosaur strayed too close, it faced certain death. Despite this, the diminutive hunters endured, finding niches in forests and river valleys where they could thrive. Over time, their brains grew larger, their senses keener, preparing them for a future no one could yet imagine. One particularly remarkable discovery came from Uzbekistan. A small 3-meter tyrannosaur called Timurlengia appeared ordinary from the outside, but its skull told another story. Inside, the brain and inner ear were surprisingly advanced. This predator could detect faint sounds over long distances, discern movement in darkness, and coordinate with others. While larger predators hunted with sheer size and power, these small tyrannosaurs survived through strategy and perception. Geology played its part in shaping their destiny. Massive volcanic eruptions reshaped continents, forcing the tyrannosaurs to migrate vast distances. Forests expanded northward as the climate warmed, creating new hunting grounds and new challenges. Each eruption, each shift in the landscape, demanded adaptability. The dinosaurs faced scarcity and danger at every turn, but in doing so, they slowly grew stronger, faster, and more cunning. Across oceans they could not cross, tectonic shifts brought landmasses closer, forming bridges between continents. Siblings that had once hunted in the shadows of giants found themselves on new lands, teeming with unfamiliar prey and predators. Each step into the unknown forged new evolutionary paths. The creatures that had once been prey were becoming predators capable of commanding their ecosystems. Over tens of millions of years, these changes accumulated. From 3-meter hunters to giants stretching 13 meters, from fragile and nimble to muscular and intelligent, the tyrannosaurs evolved in leaps and bounds. Not by accident, but through relentless pressure from the environment, competition, and the need to survive. Their senses became razor sharp, their minds capable of planning and coordination, their bodies weapons honed by time. By the late Cretaceous, tyrannosaurs had transformed into apex predators. Forward-facing eyes allowed them to judge distances with precision. Brains capable of complex thought gave them an edge in hunting, and powerful legs propelled them faster than previously imagined. Every bite, every chase, every escape from a larger predator had written instructions into their DNA for survival. Even among tyrannosaurs, variation thrived. Some species remained small, adapted for cold climates or scarce prey, while others grew to immense size, dominating forests and plains alike. From the icy reaches of the Arctic to the lush forests of Asia, tyrannosaurs adapted to environments that challenged their limits. Their evolution was neither steady nor predictable. It was a journey marked by survival against impossible odds, by shifts in opportunity and sudden leaps in capability. The earliest T-Rex ancestors were small, fragile, and often overlooked. Yet the pressures of their world, the giants they had to avoid, the prey they had to catch, the shifting continents, shaped them into the ultimate predator. By the time T-Rex emerged 70 million years ago, it carried not only immense size and power, but also intelligence, senses, and hunting skill honed over millions of years. From tiny siblings hunting in forests to the colossal kings of the late Cretaceous, their journey had been extraordinary, perilous, and unforgiving. And now, standing at the pinnacle of evolution, the Tyrannosaurus Rex was ready to rule. Its roar echoed across forests, rivers, and plains, a sound that had been millions of years in the making. Every claw, every tooth, every muscle was a testament to survival. Every instinct, every learned behavior, every adaptation was the culmination of a long, relentless journey. The king of dinosaurs had arrived. As the millennia passed, the small tyrannosaurs that once scurried through forests began to change in ways no one could have predicted. Their muscles thickened, their jaws broadened, and their senses sharpened. Each generation was slightly stronger, slightly faster, and slightly more intelligent than the last. Evolution was working quietly, relentlessly, preparing them for a future dominated not by survival alone, but by rule. In North America, a land of vast forests and open plains, their cousins, giant predators like Cyots, still held dominion. Standing over 11 meters tall, with claws sharper than any sword, Cyots was a nightmare of muscle and ferocity. Any encounter with such a creature would mean certain death for the small tyrannosaurs. Yet these underdogs endured, finding niches in shadowed forests, hunting smaller prey, and slowly expanding their territory. A discovery in Utah revealed tiny tyrannosaurs, barely the size of a small horse, living alongside these massive predators. Imagine them navigating the forest floor, alert to every rustle, every shadow. A single misstep could mean being crushed beneath the jaws of a Cyots, yet somehow they survived. This delicate dance between predator and prey shaped their evolution. Over generations, they developed keen hearing, eyes capable of detecting movement across long distances, and brains that could process danger with startling speed. One fossil, discovered in Uzbekistan, would later reveal the true genius of these small hunters. The species Timurlengia appeared ordinary at first glance, only 3 meters long, but scans of its skull told another story. Its brain was surprisingly advanced and its inner ear finely tuned. This predator could detect the faintest sounds over kilometers, discern the direction of moving prey, and coordinate movements with siblings in ways previously unseen in dinosaurs. Here in the shadows of giants, evolution was quietly crafting the architects of the future apex predator. Meanwhile, tectonic upheavals and volcanic eruptions reshaped the world. Enormous lava flows and shifting continents forced tyrannosaurs to migrate, pushing them into new ecosystems filled with unfamiliar prey and new rivals. Forests sprouted in previously barren lands, rivers carved valleys through mountains, and the climate warmed. Each challenge forced adaptation. What once might have been fatal now became a test of skill, cunning, and endurance. During this era, a remarkable transformation occurred. While other predators relied solely on brute strength, the tyrannosaurs began developing specialized hunting adaptations. Forward-facing eyes appeared, granting depth perception that allowed them to gauge distance with surgical precision. This, combined with intelligence and coordination, turned even relatively small tyrannosaurs into effective hunters. A 3-meter predator could now anticipate the movements of larger prey, strike with deadly timing, and escape before the hunter became the hunted. Isolation also played a critical role. Rising seas and shifting lands divided populations, forcing them into confined regions where they adapted independently. In these pockets, evolution accelerated. Creatures that had once been timid and fragile now grew rapidly, developing stronger limbs, larger teeth, and more efficient bodies. The ancestors of T-Rex were becoming something unimaginable, a predator that combined the cunning of a fox with the strength of a giant. In Laramidia, the western strip of North America, this crucible of evolution was particularly intense. Narrow valleys and densely populated hunting grounds forced tyrannosaurs to compete not only with their prey, but with one another. Predators evolved faster reflexes, sharper teeth, and more powerful limbs. Herbivorous dinosaurs like Triceratops grew larger and more heavily armored. The arms race between predator and prey accelerated evolution at a staggering pace. A fossil discovery named Lithranax exemplified this transformation. Measuring 8 meters long, it was far larger than its ancient ancestors. Its skull showed forward-facing eyes, perfect for depth perception, and its jaw structure hinted at an unprecedented bite force. Lithranax could hunt prey that had once been untouchable and defend itself against other predators in brutal confrontations. Evolution had sculpted a predator that was not just larger, but smarter, more precise, and relentlessly efficient. Hunting strategies evolved alongside physical traits. Tyrannosaurs developed an uncanny ability to stalk, ambush, and outmaneuver prey. Unlike earlier carnivores that relied solely on strength, these predators could plan attacks, coordinate with others, and exploit weaknesses in their targets. A Triceratops charging through the forest might suddenly find itself caught in a trap, driven toward hidden hunters lying in wait. The forest itself became a stage for these high-stakes encounters. Yet the most astonishing changes were not visible from the outside. Brain scans of T-Rex's ancestors revealed that their cerebrum, the center of intelligence, was expanding. Planning, coordination, and problem-solving were no longer traits unique to mammals. These dinosaurs were developing strategies that rivaled some of the smartest creatures on Earth. Their survival depended on it. Every decision, every maneuver, every hunt was a test of intellect as much as strength. With increased size came another adaptation: speed. Early estimates had T-Rex moving at a sluggish 18 kilometers per hour, but computer simulations and anatomical studies painted a different picture. Using modern birds like ostriches as analogs, paleontologists reconstructed how muscles, tendons, and bones work together. They discovered that tyrannosaurs could reach the speeds of 30 kilometers per hour on average, with the strongest individuals reaching 50. No longer merely giants, they had become hunters capable of pursuing and overpowering prey with precision. Their jaws, once delicate, became killing machines. Bite force studies revealed T-Rex could crush bone with 6 tons of pressure, equivalent to the weight of an African elephant. Fossilized prey bore marks that spoke of sheer carnage, deep punctures in bone, evidence of predators who knew exactly where to strike. Every tooth, every bite, every muscle had been refined over millions of years of evolutionary pressure. By now, tyrannosaurs were no longer shadows of the past. They had evolved into apex predators that ruled forests and plains, outmatching rivals and dominating ecosystems. Yet even at the height of their power, their story was not finished. Across continents, other species evolved along divergent paths. Smaller cousins like Tyrannosaurus adapted to Arctic conditions, while unique species like the so-called Pinocchio Rex emerged in southern China, with elongated snouts and specialized adaptations. Evolution continued to experiment, pushing tyrannosaurs into unimaginable forms and niches. The tyrannosaur's journey from small, fragile hunters to apex predators was not linear. It was a story of adaptation, cunning, environmental pressure, and relentless competition. Each step, each mutation, each survival against impossible odds prepared them for a world where only the strongest, smartest, and most adaptable would survive. And when T-Rex finally emerged 70 million years ago, it did so not as a product of chance, but as the culmination of millions of years of evolution, strategy, and survival. The world had been reshaped countless times, yet nothing could prepare it for the Tyrannosaur's ultimate form. Tyrannosaurus Rex. By the late Cretaceous, around 68 million years ago, evolution had forged a creature that combined brute strength, intelligence, and unmatched hunting skill. Towering over 6 meters at the hips and stretching up to 12 meters from snout to tail, T-Rex was the apex predator every ecosystem feared. Imagine standing in a dense forest of towering conifers, the ground trembling beneath the thunderous steps of this colossal hunter. Its vision was acute, able to detect movement across hundreds of meters. Its hearing, fine-tuned through millions of years, could pinpoint the faintest rustle of prey. And then came the jaws, a lethal combination of bone-crushing power and razor-sharp teeth, capable of reducing armored herbivores to bloody remnants in minutes. T-Rex's dominance was not just physical. Fossil evidence suggests that it was a strategic hunter. Unlike mindless predators of earlier eras, it may have stalked, ambushed, and even scavenged opportunistically, choosing when to strike with lethal efficiency. There are fossils showing healed bite marks from other T-Rex individuals, hinting at fierce territorial disputes, dominance hierarchies, and perhaps even social interactions beyond mere survival. But survival, of course, was never guaranteed. The Cretaceous world was a complex battlefield. Massive Triceratops and Ankylosaurus roamed the plains, armored and dangerous, capable of delivering fatal blows. Swarms of smaller predators prowled the forests, while enormous meteorological events, hurricanes, volcanic eruptions, and shifting climates, constantly reshaped the land. Every day, every hunt, every confrontation was a test of T-Rex's adaptability and cunning. Even the very Earth seemed to conspire with evolution. Fossilized trackways reveal that T-Rex could cover vast distances, perhaps in search of prey or territory, moving with surprising speed despite its massive frame. Scientists have debated for decades, could such a giant be agile? Could it sprint, pivot, and charge with precision? The answer seems clear. T-Rex had evolved to maximize its predatory advantage, balancing mass with mobility in ways that defied previous assumptions. One of the most haunting aspects of this predator is the evidence of intelligence. CT scans of fossil skulls reveal enlarged brain regions associated with vision and sensory processing. T-Rex could plan, anticipate, and adapt. It was no mindless killing machine. It was a predator that calculated, considered, and executed with ruthless efficiency. And yet, there were moments of vulnerability, subtle cracks in its dominance. Young, inexperienced hunters occasionally fell to rivals, or to unforeseen natural disasters. Life, even at the top, was fragile and unpredictable. As T-Rex rose to supremacy, smaller tyrannosaurs faded into obscurity. The evolutionary pressure that had honed their ancestors into survival specialists now favored the colossal predator. Species like Daspletosaurus and Albertosaurus thrived temporarily, but none would reach the terrifying perfection of T-Rex. Its lineage was a story of relentless refinement, stronger, faster, smarter, deadlier with each passing generation. Yet even as T-Rex roamed the forests and plains with unmatched power, the world itself was changing. Volcanic activity, shifting seas, and climate fluctuations introduced challenges that no predator, however evolved, could fully anticipate. And then, a cosmic event, the mass extinction at the end of the Cretaceous, would sweep across the planet. An asteroid impact, combined with environmental upheaval, annihilated nearly 75% of all species. T-Rex, the pinnacle of millions of years of evolutionary mastery, faced a fate beyond any natural predator or rival. The irony is stark. A creature that had perfected hunting, intelligence, and adaptability, one that had survived predators, disasters, and competition for millions of years, was suddenly powerless against forces far beyond its comprehension. Fossil beds in North America tell the story of chaos. T-Rex skeletons preserved alongside ash, debris, and signs of struggle. Even the apex predator could not escape extinction. Yet in death, T-Rex became immortal. Its fossils, scattered across continents, preserve the legacy of an evolutionary journey unlike any other. Every bone tells a story, of cunning, strength, intelligence, and survival against overwhelming odds. From small, fragile ancestors scuttling through forests to the colossal predator that ruled the Cretaceous, Tyrannosaurus Rex was the culmination of millions of years of relentless evolution. Today, its roar echoes not through forests, but through imagination. Scientists, filmmakers, and enthusiasts study its anatomy, behavior, and life to uncover the secrets of evolution itself. Its story is a testament to the incredible power of natural selection, adaptation, and survival. A reminder that dominance is fleeting, survival is relentless, and life, in all its forms, is both beautiful and brutal. The wind finally settles over the plains. The forest is silent, save for the distant cry of birds. Descendants of the same lineage that once shared the world with T-Rex. Time marches on, reshaping life, landscapes, and history. Yet the shadow of the Tyrannosaurus Rex remains, a symbol of what it means to evolve, adapt, and dominate. A predator unmatched until the very end.